Good morning, brothers and sisters, and welcome to our daily word from the Lord. And today I want to look at the second part of the warning that Jesus gave in Matthew chapter 7 about false prophets and false teachers. Yesterday we looked at part 1, and what I'll do now is just read the whole passage. It comes from Matthew chapter 7, beginning with verse 15. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. You will know them by their fruit. Grapes are not gathered from thorn bushes, nor figs from thistles. Even so, every good tree bears good fruit, but the bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot produce bad fruit, nor can a bad tree produce good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. So then, you will know them by their fruit. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name cast out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? And then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. Yesterday we looked at part 1, verses 15 through 20. And today I want to look through at part 2, verses 21 through 23. And in this second part, Jesus talks about the relationship between the gifts of the Spirit and the fruit of the Spirit. And Jesus says that only those who actually do the will of the Father will enter the kingdom. Or to put it another way, God's people and God's leaders need to walk the walk and not just talk the talk. Jesus goes on to say that sadly, some who say, Lord, Lord, will actually miss the kingdom because they do not live the life that is consistent with a kingdom citizen. This is a serious warning to all of us, because Jesus says many, and there's that word again, many, not just a few, but actually many will come in that day and say, Lord, didn't we prophesy in your name? Didn't we cast out demons in your name? And didn't we perform many miracles in your name? And unfortunately, Jesus said, I will have to end up saying to them, depart from me, for I never knew you, you who practice lawlessness. And so Jesus wants every leader and every preacher, every prophet, every teacher to live a life worthy of the calling with which we have been called. And this goes to every kingdom citizen. Jesus is desiring that we live the life, not talk the talk, but that we walk the walk. Jesus wants the leaders and the community of faith to use the fruit of the Spirit as the true gauge of one's spirituality and not the gifts. And he wants the flock, the people of God, to look for genuine fruit in the lives of those who minister and teach and preach, and that God's people not become enamored by the gifts. Both are important, the gifts and the fruit, but Jesus is emphasizing the fact that it will always be the fruit that confirms one's true spirituality and not the gifts. So this is a dire warning, and one that we must take seriously for our own lives, and also one that we must take seriously as we open up our hearts and our ears and our minds to those who teach. We must test the fruit of all those who minister in the name of the Lord.